Hello and welcome to my shop. This is a review of Grizzly's 32336 4-gallon Quiet Series air compressor. Let's cut to the chase and jump right in. The three things that I like the most about this unit are, of course, its quietness, value, and the number of output ports. So first off, yes, it's a very quiet air compressor. Let's turn it on. Amazing. If you ever had one of those cheap pancake-style oil-free compressors, you'll know how tremendously loud those things are. I kind of dreaded using my old air compressor because I would basically have to grab my hearing protection in order to blow some dust off the lathe. So it's amazingly quiet, really cool technology that people are using nowadays. Value-wise, I did a lot of shopping around, and this made in China quiet cell air compressor in a number of different configurations is quite common. But what drove me to the Grizzly unit was the power of the motor, a 2-horse, as well as the cubic feet per minute it's able to put out. And I compared a number of different models, and this one appeared to have the best ratio of performance versus price. And finally, something that set apart this unit from other 4-gallon compressors was the fact that it has 2 outputs. Handy stuff to have. Now on the cons category, my cons list is fairly short and somewhat subjective, but hey, nothing's perfect. The biggest thing that I don't like about this unit is the location of the on-off switch. It's just this little lever over here on the output box or the control box, and if you notice, it's tucked away on the left-hand side, kind of behind this tank. Now I have the tank on my workbench, so it's quite easy to see, but I keep this thing on the floor kind of in a corner, so the left-hand side of the unit isn't visible, so I'm looking down at where the switch is, and I have to hunt around for it and to find it. And another really kind of a dumb criticism is that you have to push the switch down. You have to push the switch down to turn it on and up to turn it off, the inverse of how one would set up a light switch in a house. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. And something else I've done in the past was to accidentally release the pressure release valve while trying to turn it on and off, and golly, that is a loud, kind of a scary thing to have happen. My old air compressor, it was a real piece of junk, but blessed its little metal heart, it had a big dummy on-off switch right here on the front panel. So it was very easy to use. I think Grizzly should have gone ahead and put it right here. My other criticism of this unit is with the water drain valve. I'll tip it up so you can see where it is. So it's just a simple little ball valve down here on the bottom, and I'm going to release this. The tank pressure is at around 70 or so, so it's not even full pressure, and by golly, this is loud. Oof, unpleasant. So what I liked about this unit is that I don't have to grab my hearing protection to use it, but I still have to grab my ears, as I say, to release the water inside the tank. Something I just started playing with while making this video was to just shove a rubber hose over this ball valve, and then to just a short length of rubber hose. And it sort of works like a silencer on a pistol, where it gives the blast of air a wider area to disperse in. It seems to make it quieter. So that might be a tip if you're looking to make this a truly quiet unit. So I'm going to talk about the frame of the unit and what sticks out and what doesn't. This section will be relevant for people hauling an air compressor around in their truck to job sites. So the unit overall is pretty well protected. All the important bits, all the sensitive things are inside this little roll cage. But if you notice, the air intake, if I rotate this, here we go, this little air intake sticks out beyond the cage. And I would guess over time this will get dinged up. Now, coincidentally, this little air intake doesn't come mounted on the unit. It comes kicking around in the box. And mine had already been kicked around, so the paint was all beat up. So with this off, yes, there's nothing on the motor that protrudes beyond the cage, but once you put this on, it does. Now this is, I don't know what threads these are, but if this was truly an issue, you could easily put an elbow here and then duct tape the air intake somewhere else on the frame in a protected location. Now on the front of the unit, it's almost perfectly safe, except for, there we go, it's about lined up. The fronts of the quick release ports and this plastic regulator valve, these protrude just a little bit. So, if you're really in a rough and tumble environment, or this thing flipped over on its front, I'm guessing that this stuff would get damaged still. Another important piece of information for those on the go with their air compressor would be portability. This isn't the most portable unit on earth. As you can see, there's no wheels, just little rubber feet. And it's not really a light unit. At the end of the day, you might not want to be carrying this up and down too many stairs, but it's portable in a pinch. Let's see how long this thing takes to go from 0 tank PSI all the way up to full. Well, that will about do it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or you have things that you're wondering that I maybe didn't mention, just leave them down in the comments and I'll be happy to respond.